Ladies and gentlemen, I take you to the beginning of Act 4. No, not the Pandemonium Fortress, but the Outer Steppes. Your first taste of disgusting creatures like the Flesh Spawner, a monster that births offspring as a defensive mechanism. And one thing we all know about newborns is that you can't rob them because they own nothing. And consequently, in Diablo 2, they drop nothing. Very frustrating. There are also Doomcasters, Cliff Lurkers, Venom Lords, Corpulents, and Doom Knights. The Outer Steppes is the level 82 area, and it felt like it had the worst density out of all the Act 4 areas. Don't be fooled though, I found some of the rarest, most sought after items in the game in this area. So let's take a look. The first clip was not a drop, but a scam. Perhaps the loot got tangled in the chain. Nothing anyone can do about that. Later on run 10, I found a unique Spedum. This one is the Lance of Yagai. You know, Yagai. Damage looks low, but don't discount that 1 to 60 lightning damage. That's going to end up making it a little better, but at the end of the day, it's still mid. Up next is the Craint Vomir, and the question you have to ask yourself, is 48 to 108 damage enough in Nightmare? Is it worth dropping the Ancient's Pledge for? I'm not sure, but all the stats are really nice. Damage-wise, it's kind of sad. Maybe on an Act 5 Mercenary, this thing would really shine. Right out of the gate on run 15, the highest rune of the session dropped, Alem. Come on, Outer Steppes, not even a pull? God damn it. A Trapped Soul, clinging for dear life onto what? Well, the Ward. It's not a bad shield, honestly. This one rolled very poorly, but this bad boy can get up to 50 all resistance, making it better than an Ancient's Pledge. The first unique ring dropped on run 23, and this time it's a Nagel, with nearly the worst rolls. Incredible. Later that same run, I found a unique Ceremonial Javelin. The Ethereal Titans still elude me, but this one rolled really well. Can't complain. Literally a second later, I found a unique amulet, which was the Eye of Etlich. I'd be quite thrilled to find this right at level 15. 1 to skills is always welcome, but the other stats are so random, man. A Holy Water Sprinkler drops on run 30. This is a weird one, but maybe the Confuse and Decrepify proc would be decent for crowd control. Other than that, it's simply forgettable. 2 runs later, a Rune Bow drops. This one is Mage Wrath. And it looks like Charcy's getting a new bow. This was followed by a Geeds on run 42. I always love a good gamble. This time I lost. You really shouldn't identify these at this point if you're playing on Battle.net. Just sell them unidentified. There it is. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these, and here's a fun fact. In the Ancient's Way video, I asked my viewers how many videos it will take for me to find an SOJ. Only 2 people guessed. One of them was Andrew. Was this pure luck, or is Andrew a prophet? We will never know. No joke, 5 runs later, I found a Griffin's.
You serious?
Pretty sure I said no fucking way out loud when I got this. I just never expected to find 2 Grail items in the Outer Steppes of all places. Not an amazing roll, but an incredible find. While coming down from that dopamine high, I found a set pair of sharkskin gloves on run 58. If you took Laying of Hands and made it worse, you would end up with these. On run 66, this ring caught my attention for a brief moment, but after a few seconds, I think I'd better let Charcy take a closer look, as usual. I then found this War Scythe on run 72, which is the Grim Reaper. Yeah, obviously 100% a deadly strike is insane, but unfortunately all it's doing is compensating for the other stats on this item, which suck. On run 74, I found this Grand Charm, which turned out to be a passive in magic skiller. I could be wrong, but this is basically worthless, right? 4 runs later, I found a unique Cedar Bow, and for once it's actually a good bow. Sure, it's a little slow for my liking, but the other mods are good enough to make up for it. A nice pair of Javazon gloves drop on run 89. It's always nice finding a good rare because, well, they're rare. The last drop was this Jinn Slayer on run 98, a weapon that is probably good enough to get you through hell, but even cheap rune words are going to outperform this in the end. In conclusion, Act 4 strikes again with the amazing drops. I went through many dry spells while farming this area, but it's fine because full clear runs were quick at 3 minutes or less. This rating is going to be biased based on my luck here, but I am going to give this place an S tier rating. Yes, that is correct. The second S tier I've ever handed out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more quality Diablo 2 content, and I'll see you next time.